Okay, me fambule muna kaba una kushe una adu. This na Cast TV, which we regular program Salon for Better. Me people them today, as una know, we go bring una somebody who can talk, but important thing we at least people in the try for forget about we nothing we like couple of years back, it hit Sierra Leoneans the way they na the diaspora very hard. We at least some people have for say some people take to mind because then go na Sierra Leone, support people in Sierra Leone, go with genuine intention for go do certain things then for develop the country, especially people that within the diaspora. We don't can learn a lot of things they would if you see then for go pay back to the country disappointedly, then tell them say then get to see me. And this na him we they can talk today. And the person you know go bring to now we go can talk about this thing today we go broke am for na the former ambassador and deputy permanent representative of Sierra Leone na the United Nations we na ambassador Felix Ekoma. Ambassador, welcome to Cast TV.
Thank you very much, Shakas, for having me again. Thank you. Happy for be part of the program.
Ambassador, yeah, we they talk today, but the politics don't involve na Sierra Leone when they talk about dual citizenship. But what will be one first let you do for we people for clarity's sake, for the ordinary people within the country, waiting you understand and where you want make people the layman na Sierra Leone understand about dual citizenship.
Well, the word dual citizenship basically they talk about they talk about people we get two countries within the claim for be a country of residence. One now that say under natural law, the country of your birth. Now one country where you get right for claim citizenship to. Then any other country where you choose for naturalize or by other means you chose for claim the citizenship, then it means you now also citizens of that country there. For some country, then they accept people them for get two citizenship rights. That is USA you born and USA you also claim citizenship. For other countries, then can try as much as possible for try for make sure say you only get one. They get so many reasons they can prefer for that. Some countries they can fear say if they give two citizenship, you will get allegiance to one more than the other one. And then some other countries then under international law, they also get power once you get a citizenship for go take you now any country where you don't commit crime against them and can't try you in their country, especially them big countries, countries like the United States, them UK, Germany, then kind of countries, France. So most, especially African countries, most weaker countries like African countries or third world countries, they can afraid for give citizenship to people, dual citizenship to people, we get them, connections and deal with them big countries and they because then they fear say if them we don't commit a crime also against America and also this policy and citizen na salon, and just they take and say America will get my worker right inside salon, go catch that president and tell and say make it can answer for a crime we don't commit against America. Why is in a citizen day? So because of them fear and they and for that states their own boundaries them. So some countries they can be very cautious on how they grant dual citizenship.
Okay. Yeah, Ambassador, yes, Lekuti don't talk so back. Certain things and the way they happen in Sierra Leone, and especially for Sierra Leoneans, they as soon as they come abroad, waiting and keep fet for mostly now for can get citizenship of them particular country then they come. And now we understand say Sierra Leone, then they enjoy that opportunity. Then they America and Europe, Australia, then they enjoy that dual citizenship. Why then we not the practice in Sierra Leone? What do you want to say about that, ambassador?
Yes, say then Western countries, most of them are actually liberal. You know, Western countries are very liberal when it comes to citizenship. Then can allow people forget that free will, that in countries because they get so many fundamental rights we make them can allow people for benefit from their rights and for example freedom of expression, freedom of association, you know, freedom for for get rights for belong when that is similar to association to groups of your choice, you know. And because of the of freedom we then get, realize say now may then get room for issues like asylum, refugees, because they realize say people in the way can run from problems and at their home them, we can want seek solace and then countries there. So they make sure say they create rooms and they for them people in there. And when you come, you talk say, well, me, I not go and go and my country again. Then obviously they get for move another, take you to another step when I for allow you for getting citizenship rights. And the way you get a citizenship rights, I make way you go take them, they denounce other rights them to other countries and but like I said, the one you get dual, then they allow you for both, but at the same time, and they make you take oath. The oath now they confide you to the country because when you're under oath of towards the country, it means you are bound by the country, the rules and regulations and the laws. So when, for example, you breach general rules and laws, then they treat you equally within the confine of their laws. So then comfortable, then get the resources, economic resources for allow you for Canada country and benefit from the wealth. Then believe say where you come, then can make good use of you. In fact, some tenant then can allow people they say for country, and at the same time, then people use them back for change some things they want to go in countries and we're not right. For example, like they can use them as advocates or even politicians them for go take power. And then countries and decide and go for change the countries them and try for bringing them to Western kind of system. So then comfortable then strategy and we in Africa now, out of the abundance of caution, like what I previously say, we can try for be very mindful. For example, we can believe, say, for example, when people you born at this country in Africa, like Salone, to be precise, you left Salone, in as much as sometimes not to left Salone out of a free will. So left the out of other reasons. But imagine you say born in Canada country, you guys say, well, you want a citizenship, you know, it's like you don't get a two hearts, your heart don't become to two. So out of the caution, some people afraid say them kind of people are who say the loyalty stand. You know, we see someone where they left Salon self, remember will be small, although that bits and say again too much. So man can take in crib first, na airport, you change up. Where a new crib, they tell how that crib they dust them, knock them before people in face. See me why they left here, so go tell before I. So man go say, well, why they go so pass that now, you know, because of we all know the reasons and the hardship, you know, the things, the difficulties when they get at the country. So we the one of the government salon, the student kind thing, and they all they tell and say, well, the young people even go and come back. I mean, then go, how can we trust and say, then still get the love of the country? So now I make something that people like, but actually, to you, to be honest with you, being a lawyer, the issue of the dual citizenship more on a salon, now the issue of the Syrians, now it affects the other Sierra Leoneans, we don't come out to like the diaspora. You know, say the Syrians, they are the Lebanese, or they call Lebanese. Many people, they look at them say, giving Lebanese citizenship right in that country, they will just try for, imagine, and get the economic power, then you give them back citizenship rights. Then at the end of the day, you don't excavate the tendency for make then gain political power and by extension run the country and and misuse the country and later dump the country and go. So now make under the citizenship law, you see gets ardent rules and they, for example, people of Negro descent. They say people that of Negro descent that then get right for become citizens and presidents of the country, vie for offices in the presidency. So I feel say all of them things they affect Salonian laws for determining the dual citizenship. We get for really sit down as a country because maybe fortunate for the new constitutional review for review the 1991 constitution. And I believe say steps that may not be taken in that area of citizenship for see how we go for put them in a way where all man will benefit. That is those in the diaspora as well as those, you know what I mean, when they're born at the country, we fit, we what you call fit, FAT, allow them for born at the country. Whether you know of white or Lebanese or whatever, we just feel say we born at the country, God get reason why I mean they can't born you there, and we forgive that right say for able for becoming a citizen. So we don't look at a lot of things and we don't argue, you know, on lots of issues. We don't try to relax the law and you know present them. We rather unfortunate up to now will not get out it's the new constitution, but we hope for get a new constitution and see how we go for navigate that area there. And I also want for bring to a notice say former President Kaba, they also don't enact the law where they should talk say people get right forget dual citizenship. The only failure on that they don't effectively change the clause in the constitution. And because they may refuse for change the clause in the constitution, um, you know, say the constitution being the gonum, what's a gonum, the major law of the land, and because they refuse for change them, so it still stands say say we get two law, the law say where there is conflict in terms of laws of the land, the law where they supersede now the constitution. So in other words, Pakaba enacts the dual citizenship rights. You don't enact them, it is. But and not change the constitution. So one law say, another law say you not get right for B. So between the two laws, you always say not get right for B. Neither the constitution of Salon, whether the ground norm. The ground norm means say no law not in a Salon way for pass way outweigh the constitution. So the very constitution not change it. So because of that, that other sub law we Pakaba make not able for override the constitution override them. So that don't make delicate today will not able to get an effective change of that law day. So it still stand like say law not exists, you know, in terms of dual citizenship.
So, Ambassador, I get a quick question.
Yes.
During the last election, we get the presidential election at Sierra Leone, we see a lot
Yes.
of politics around dual citizenship. What think
Okay.
APC been the try for achieve when they enforce that law? Because before that, I mean, me not been hear anything about dual. More popular around that election day. What are the reason behind the enforcement of the dual to SIM during the election? What think APC been the try for achieve?
Well, we got to look at the law for start with. I think APC actually not try for achieve anything beyond the law. What may actually happen like this? The law we don't go silence. What I mean by silence, now that people will abuse the law or will they take actions against the law, but at the same time, nobody question nobody. That is to say, people with dual citizenship may the hold offices them, you know, during the term of APC, and nobody may care. Some even the be parliamentarians them, nobody may able care. But what can happen all of a sudden like this? Why is APC be prepare for going to this election with just laws? APC can realize say SFPP be clean their house in terms of dual citizenship. They see the main opposition opponents them, then they clean their house in terms of dual citizenship. What I mean, them get members of parliament when I be dual citizenship them get. We get members of parliament when I dual citizenship they say get. But nobody care about income. The law no me. What I mean, nobody say well we'll use the law by this person. Then all of a sudden we can see SFPP they begin to scrutinize the new intakes away for Canada, the new parliament, the current parliament, and guys say them for ensure say they want they not be dual citizenship. And out of the abundance of caution, being a politician, we all know say we say for do the same, because if we not do the same, so they don't get plan for competition, we own them. And we know say we be knowing very fully say the law say dual citizenship not for go to parliament or not forget office of president. And you say parliament, we watch to constitution, members of parliament and president are the same qualification and get. For the law say if you want to be a president as alone, you forget a qualification like a member of parliament. So if you negate a member of parliament for dual citizenship, you mean you therefore negate somebody who want to be a president for dual citizenship. So that's vice versa, you know. So when APC see that move, I make if you watch now 9 minutes that to seem they self calm, because the kind of many people don't go into campaigns, people don't invest. We don't take and say go follow the same processes the guy we don't be in the past. All of the time we are now, we see where we opponents and they say no one to see. So afraid say if we take the risks and go into elections when they don't clean the house, we take a risks and take people and go there just to see. If a petition that seats we will lose the seat and they will get the majority in parliament, and that's going to affect we. Now we could decide for negate members and when we get them do our citizenships and they with the hope say well for beyond win for compensate them with other positions in country. But we know say very hurtful at that time. Somebody don't spend the money, and then send them for patiently wait and put their trust in we as people already decide on them and allowed for make we at the end of the day we for people for win the elections. After that, we give them other positions for the serve. So some may get for Bex, some may at one, some may get for return, some may not able campaign again. Just don't say what they be maybe we'll see what I end up to for we all. Even this way we tell edition the now. They're not too happy about the issue and thing because of what's going on in the country. And we hope say then go really, in the future, take and say we for allowed force make we always effect for the general interest. Then later we can look for the specific the individual interest and try for solve them.
So would an idea within the APC would have been the push for the dual citizenship? Is it from the top brass or
We say push, you mean would have the try for ensure say they not take people with dual citizenship?
Yeah.
Advice of the legal teams as well as the Attorney General, would that be Fijiga by that time. And then the Attorney General advice as to the law, genuinely, for say the law say we not for allow that. It's still the law. If you watch even right now, say SAPP said they face the same problem, but they say APC was frank about it, not to political games and play. And SAPP still they face the same problem, not knowing what for do that a day, So we be end up for asking Attorney General would that be the first way for advise government on on issues of legality, and it began for genuine advice, and then we said that below, and who said some of them below, and who said that the committees, and who said no says a fact, and then look into all of them and they when they wake out your opinion self, but could people will understand that realizing a fact. But as I say, it was difficult. It can't die in minutes. And it was never deliberate for eliminate people. Although some people are so they say, but trust me, it was never deliberate. It's just like as I say no more. In fact, like we are 2 days in neighbor, like the trade dot in one place. Then all of a sudden, one morning you wake no more, you see neighbor they clean inside. You know what I mean? Naturally, you should go free because it happen. Now we are trade dot. One man they clean. Let me say be careful. But sometimes the younger information say you want the inspectors, health inspectors in the camp. Maybe say go clean quick back. So that kind of way, that happen. It just happens spontaneous.
So when you look back in hindsight, if you say a smart move we make as a party.
Well, as a lawyer, I would say at that time, yes. At that time, I would say yes. Like I said, I know say cause pain in the eyes of people. And a lot of people may not invest. And as I say, other people may misinterpret them. But we will do law, and they tell we say the law is the law. You know what I mean? They say the law is the law. That in other words, there is no two way for interpret them. When they say thou shalt not kill, it means thou shalt not kill. You know what I mean? It means if they say it gives somebody position when dual citizenship is wrong, it means it is wrong. As I give feedback of what will go on, if you look at the parliament before that issue they come up, there were people who be in the parliament, they want to be dual citizens on both sides. That is both SAPP and APC. You know what I mean? But then all of a sudden, there's a selection process will be going between where SAPP at that time. Then I repeat them back. You see, SAPP, then they then they fix their own. Then they cure their own defects. Then they say, you know, we need to give people away that do our citizenship. So naturally, just come on, we say, they don't get planned for because we don't know. You know, say naturally, we go to the history of Salone, free turn away the win. The North now we can win the. You know, and we watch free turn in North in a Solomon Salone right now. He go to Parliament. Anytime we go to Parliament, I will always get them because the way Salone, you know, in geographical boundaries and in terms of constituencies. So we know very fully say, why are these people? They look at the fact, say, then they try for adjust them. It means the one can fit from beyond them. That is Western area or the North. Now, make if you watch, even when they ask people them, one question them they ask at the committee, you get dual citizenship. If you say yes, or it's okay, you are the big. More we allowed you force for wait, more get people and win at the locals them. Now we get some who win, who fair way for now. Then some may even like say when we get dual the license, they not get. Then they move further for tell and say, hey, which me could ask? Because no want to say people petition you seats and will lose them. You know, now that time like you see someone will come out honestly and say, because I remember I be witness one way the person say not to do one, but I be do one. Later, you get tell and they self realize yes, will put the party in danger. He come out and say yes, in a dual, so he accepts. So whether that will say the party not do one for ambush somebody or for create a better position for the locals. Then now I understand. It do out of the genuity for save the seats them, including the very possible way they for don't give the seats. Because when we give the seats, SLPP can petition them. I will see what happen with SLPP. God, as God may testify, we will see what happen. Even when they come with the locals, they will give. We see them forcefully remove 10 members them out of parliament. Forcefully. That I will tell you say, then we don't calculate very well for say they cannot have the parliaments. The parliaments they go to we. So then we try to look at what our plan. But because we cure that defect, say that defect of not having people do as you for be making it simple for them, forget the seats them. We try for count the local. If we work out the locals there, the worker forcefully go inside the pull them. So that don't tell anybody when you watch the political scenario in Salon for say that agenda has been there for take over the parliament. And as I say, it will be easier for them if we for be falter in that area there. But if we tie the knots, imagine we tie the knots tight to gain the parliament. We'll see how then what they do with regards to the parliament. So that they tell anybody we don't be hot at that time for time say these are the easy way for me people relax and not say, well, yes, something may really wrong at that time, we did not give me, but the decision not may go against me. I think them they look at like what I community explain. So the enemies them or we opposition them, they may really get intention for do something fishy with 10 seats and they. That's my opinion anyway.
So pretty much, APC be more they anticipate about a situation where SLPP go petition them rather than winning the election, because the most important thing at that point will be winning. And I know say because of the two sim that make APC lose some vote because it kill a lot of people them spirits. APC people away come on and ask for go vote because they deny them, you know, the ability for stand, them followers, you know, everybody then spirit then die. So I believe say for some reason that also lead to the loss where APC lost the election. I don't know.
No, that's true. That's very true. We will make a mistake as a government by then. Now we failure for explain to people and proper about why we just take the decision. You know, I think say education, proper education is what proper education be lacking. All waiting people there, you know, more dual citizenship really give them, you know, and many people not get a true explanation of why. You know what I mean? Into details. Wait for me make somebody in soul for be cure at that time, and wait for make I later is satisfied and cooperate. You see, there's one thing about politics we may learn. Everything about politics are interest. If those people were placed down and tell and say, look, gentlemen, we are going to take, I mean, we'll see how much money we don't put inside, we don't can spend, but this thing don't come up, and at this case, make we take this kind of decision, But notwithstanding, more we all just accept as it is, more go win for the which you say so, win the elections, and then we can see what we can do with regards to making sure that what we call to the victor belong the spoil system. When we win the elections, we will find a way for una will come inside back into governance and can serve. You know what I mean? So at the end
Exactly.
of the day, we'll move further. I believe if we take that kind of approach, and trust me, the sky for them be the
It
limits
will be a lot
because
better because at that
yes,
point
yes,
then now the priority will be winning the election.
exactly, exactly. But say those times were turbulent time. Other factors that may dey wey be the precipitate we enter drive. One that even with the presidential aspirant after the elections, after the convention, sorry, reservations that may dey, among some of them. So you find out say that's may dey pull the party off. So we get less manpower, because all of majority of other people, unlike some of us, we'd always get the non-alignment principle. And help we get in at the party. That make you see most times we confidently can write into anybody we come because we'd always try to look at the party rather than the individual. But you find out say a lot of people them we don't align themselves with individuals. So you find out say even when this to see me shuka now, some man no even get it skank against them for go through processes and for processes and for candidates them. So even when they go into sessions, a few people they talk. Some man just is studying for protocol or even absent, you know. So a lot of people wait for payroll for harmonize or for try for calm the waters and down. They know me they may get reservations over the main candidate or the presidential candidate with all us. So
Yep.
that's all been the structures that normally work how they're supposed to work, you know. But we hope for a better future, and I'm sure we all learn with lessons because the lost will lost learn as alone. We also say, it don't even pass now the level of APC. It is now about our country, you know. So I
Exactly.
believe anybody we love Salon now will know now say when we can go to this other elections, we're not going to look again at APC level. We're going to look at that for the country because if you look at the APC level back again, it will make you calm down. I mean, you look at issues and back will affect you because of it. But if you look at it on the country level, you will realize say your priority will be saying, no matter what happen, more focus for us for say this particular government will the ruler country they come on and do commodity. So at the end of the day, people go forget the answers what they want, forget the dual citizenship properly enact, and see say we get a curve for see say the country move right for move. Because we all know say the people in the diaspora, they get a very significant role in the play for the country. And apart from them gaining the wider experience that in country are on how to develop a country, that they also get the ability in terms of capacity, that is education, as well as economic capacity for moving country forward. So we get for able to find a proper role for them, for puts them, for able for really do the job of a country. And that make me feel say then can discussion and find for more they get constantly because it help for make we all engage and see how we get the diaspora involved. Like what you say, the reverse of many diaspora from that same way someone come, just cold for them. So might just feel like an ice. From
Yep.
after that process, someone come, you just feel like say, no, I'm not interested again. People don't appreciate me. And no one feel say I get a role for player, for which I get for America, can my country, for can get service back. People don't welcome me. So someone get all the reservation in there. Most people don't talk to, don't ever talk to people and for come and be active again. Easy. We understand. Like me, I personally understand. But me can always tell people and say,
Yep.
in a fight for moving country forward, you're not going to forever give up on it. Because giving up on your country is like giving up on your children. Because now they people can say per Creole say that they enable long plans. And also enable plans, like a roots, a foundation. You know what I mean? You have to check the because like life
That's
source. You
true.
know what I mean? Like life source. Once in a while, you get for see they go. You know, go turn again, see Ghana, you comfortably go to Ghana, go to Jamaica, go to the Bahamas for go enjoy. You feel like I say you enjoy life. I don't know. I mean, I don't stop anybody for enjoy that because I know everybody personal life. But to me, the best I can enjoy, now me home. They say home sweet home. We go home, imagine go na home, you get your jelly water, you drink, get banana, you go along the beach with your white sand. You know what I mean? You sit on you talk a beach with your white sand. You know what I mean? You go na you like upline, the people in couch for you. You know what I mean? Or in couch you bush meat. You know what I mean? You feel home because
Yeah.
they eat natural things for quality, pick and fresh, natural ones with no organic. So you feel like say you're home. So me, if you say these are the kind of things we begin to think now. we for begin think on how, as a nation, we for able to get the diaspora for effectively involved. Not to like for get and go, for just go get them, you know what I mean, some kind of 1 or 2, 3 jobs. No, the diaspora get viable role for play for change that country. You know what I mean? Because them, to a very large extent, that they help for enhance the growth of the country. Take, for example, the dollar is already set alone to the country in terms of foreign exchange, the business already do, then they help support homes, family, help people for go school and colleges. These are all major roles for where they help in the country. So we're not going to take them lightly. And I make me don't start the campaign. You know, if you watch the last time, I don't send a very strong in the country say, therefore enact dual citizenship, right? And I only stop there. I get a team of lawyers already work right now. Because we make I get a team of lawyers stand by. If we wait still see Parliament no intend for pass the bill, we are going to court. Because one may court give an interpretation of that law which Pakaba be passed, together with the other law where they refuse for enacting the constitution. So we are looking at all of them possibilities in there right now. Because we feel say the diaspora is very viable for that country. You know, we don't kinda. These are my first time I stay this long in this country. I don't use for come and go, but these are the first time I don't stay long. I don't see. I don't meet people different kind. I don't fly all over. No. I don't go to many states. I don't see the kind of businesses we're doing in this country. Per mine, you know, go to fish. You go to, you know what I mean, to cars. You go to goods. I mean, a lot of things. So we cannot allow these people for dormant that their own country, you know, because of certain selfish interests. One of the selfish interests will be write some article. Now, for say the local parliamentarians and they afraid for sign the agreement. I mean, the dual citizenship because they afraid say certain the diaspora and get the economic power for go pull in at the offices there. So they rather prefer, you know, that medicine there as it is so. So all of those things they negate. See, you may just see how people can be selfish. You decide for say, you know what I mean, are they afraid this person make no go sign and no can take a position away and the ability or can give back to a country. You know, when the person get the willingness for do that. You know how many people want for go in a country where you don't get PhDs, who want for go be lecturers, who want for go be vice chancellors and go carry the new spirits and way then universities and the advanced country and get. Oh, I don't go to Ghana like 6 times. Country like Ghana, so it take change. The diaspora and change Ghana. I've been in Ghana for 6 times. I don't see the entire map landscape of Ghana. I don't study the system out there in the system try for take effect. The diaspora. People don't kind of oversee where they go back, go build and country and take businesses there, can go back in the country, a developer. Imagine if people they can go 1 or 2 businesses there, then employ 3, 4, 5 people there. Then the private sector, they boom. Then we as Salon go up for government, when they from time immemorial, which some other country don't become to abject poverty, because many people that are booked by government. They can say that government for employ them. And may you know say America, we don't call America, don't study America. America government not even own America, 30% of America. America has been owned, 70% of America has been owned by private sector. You see? So if America own the power, 70% of them being owned by private sector, it tells you say the private sector need for thrive in any nation, for many nations thrive. And that's why the diaspora is very important. And the reason make it still to take up them talk show there when we get the opportunity for make we all able to see how we go engage for try for effect the diaspora system. You see, the issue of the dual citizenship, as I say, in only for be embedded in just taking political power, political positions, you also need for be looked at in the issue of the economic area and see how we able for enhance the diaspora and for take charge over the country. May you know say from time immemorial, the first degree in history, we all know say the Syrians them that they don't own that country from time immemorial. You go to banks for loan in your own country, they tell you pass to get Osbook. You can't America, they tell you just need for get job. You see, even American advanced countries just they tell you need for get job. We take the paper Osbook. The man poor already, you tell and say for go to Osbook, for go take loan. You see, in your own country. Then when the Syrians then come, they get contract, they don't get money for do the contract job. Pass them we own bank them back, we own money then take their money then they end up for go use them back for them contracts them. What's that they tell you? They tell you say we this is a country for the poor, whilst then they continue for use real money for make themselves money. And when you check the Syrians all be they were born to now, they don't even reach 2%, we still did it, even 1%. They're all left. They don't kind of big countries that don't make wealth from diamonds, the other thing, and kind of big countries and they can invest it. So why don't we give our borders? If you the way you get this TV show now, they're able to empower in a salon. If you get a West Standard TV where you go for stay, you know, we will not sign a country. So these are the kind of things we have to look at. So I make this issue of diaspora a sensitive issue where any government want to move the country forward for begin look at them. Because me facing a key, one of the keys, the major keys for transform Salone.
So what thing APC they do right now for encourage or for win back the hearts of the people who were affected by the two sim?
Well, now they do so. I'm not far from doing the job of APC. Being an authority way within the last regime, and by implication means it still stands that way because I will be lost as well up to now. I feel now they do so. Try for continue for talk to those who may annoyed and vexed, and for say at this stage we have to look at the bigger picture for whether the country, we'll see how country they go now. With the kind way the country they go, so with the recent reports, we don't see, we don't realize say people wake out all the zeal for say that they can't for change the country. In fact, then get the worst of plans for put the country down. So we were within our episode, we don't vex because of the issue APC take for parliament. If you say parliament, yes, now one aspect of governance structures. Although all man getting desire, all man getting south side one for work. But if you say there are other areas like ministers, if you're a minister, you get even if you get dual citizenship, you're not gonna follow that because the diplomatic passport they give you coverage for make it cover that you dual citizenship and stand under the diplomatic form. So there are other offices and positions the way people can forget. So now, yes, we want many dual citizenship be enacted because there are other people that the diaspora want to be president, there are other people that the diaspora want to be parliamentarians. But let's put it this way. Let's say if we're not going to get a success, forget it enact now. Whilst some of we agitate for make that happen, then for able for consider the fact say the first thing that we need in that country now for change this particular government where they did. This particular government is of no good for the country. And may say that government where may say they don't expose themselves at this stage where no explanation all day again. And anybody when I reasonable person, when I educated person, and person will mean well for Salon, not even talk again about SFPP. SFPP is finished, as far as I'm concerned, because then come under the ticket of fighting corruption, and we all see the reports we don't come on, we don't know now say, in fact, they are more corrupt than even the corruption we didn't come for pets. So me not say they're not getting no standing again. We then a white man country, how they call it integrity. If you say man lost integrity, it means you don't lose everything. So for me, SFPP don't lose their integrity. So now our focus now we all forget. It means what I mean we all, I mean APC as well as SFPP, as well as what I mean SFPP, well-meaning SFPP people, NGC or whatever, the outside, whichever they don't know no party. We all forget the focus now for effective change and make that country they move forward. And what we hope for do the diaspora for involved. Yes, the diaspora for champion, involved and get themselves properly involved in the process. People don't first go, they yak them, then can they give us, that then country. You know what I mean? It means you're not ready. I don't know if you understand what I say. If you fully ready in your own country, if somebody yak you, blah, you serve the channel and say, yeah, now they plant me label. It is either me or you or me. But you know able to get me, this is not able to get me. Someone move forward. And the way you told that said somebody will understand this is in business. But if they yak you no more, you come back, you can't sit on quiet while it's such a much and try it. That means you're not ready at all. You're not ready. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yes. So me people will just they join we. This is Cast TV, which we regular program, Salon for Better. And this year we get somebody who don't live in a salon way at least people they call the poor man lawyer. We at least he gets that when he talk about they talk about salon alone, they talk about like the problem the way African and they go through. And other African countries, then they survive, then they enjoy them privilege, then they. And we're not nobody now, the former ambassador and deputy permanent representative of Sierra Leone to the United Nations. And this man here, where they talk so when Ambassador Felix Ekroma, in no way they talk, not to other people where they come, we get them kind of position and they, we kind of the diaspora, now Mr. Big Man there. No. He may get so big position where we get, but it they down low to youth them. It they go all around, they talk, they look and see, waiting at the lapses, waiting at the bad thing the way Sierra Leoneans then they do against this dual citizenship. Where even members of the members of parliamentarian and they where sit down they where even when a king come with them here for votes in for at least he effectively dual citizenship they operate na the country. None of they do am because they afraid say diaspora then they go pull the job na the hand. One way Uncle Kisebo, if that man spray fine perfume, he raw by you, the smell go by you. But you get parliamentarian and the way even the APC parliamentarian them. They don't want to let this law come into effect for pull listing instead. Then tell we people within the diaspora we want go put on for politics SIM card, begin call them to SIM take and make provocation.
But if you're not a local as you know if you're saying a genuine case for, because if you come out of the diaspora, obviously financially most times you are stronger. So then within the country, then obviously they go be scared. Say this guy they come with
yeah, but Hamza, the need for look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is Sierra Leone. The parliament is not the only place for help for develop a country.
Okay.
As I said just now, you get to understand, say ministerial positions and the director positions and there are a lot of positions for help that country. If I'm not able to expand the country well, it's so if you cannot feel safe for afraid the company will come or can help and develop the country, you know what I mean? And you say because if I allow the law for work that way, they me no will get his fault. That means you not get believe yourself. If you believe yourself, they say the sky is so big that you no need for put somebody in staff or put your own. It means if you believe yourself, you sure say you believe yourself. Me na so many play politics, don't know me. Me they play politics with Congo. I need use Congo for go inside politics. Talent are the use. You know what I mean? So, if you know say you believe yourself, you go enact the law. If you work for the people, you sure say they work for the people. I have an account the money. Once the people know say they work with them genuinely. And then go left. You never see inside cabinet. A sober president is sack somebody they perform. Because somebody they perform is sacker. It's not possible. So you know, make sometimes say I just give example. When they say cabinet is shuffle, people they worry that because then they perform. If you they perform, go sleep. It's the same thing but you the parliamentarian. If you they perform, if you're not local, as a man count $1 million, you know, will pull it because people will actually say, "What for puller? This man they give you what you want. What for puller now?" They must ask themselves that question. And you say go see how the grown waiting money do. You go know say not policeman. But you see, but look at say people they scared. Just they get a panic by them. They don't panic mood.
That's what I'm saying. But you know if you say a genuine panic then get.
No, it's genuine. The constant genuine. But that's to the detriment of the country. Because you deprive another person for coming where also gets other role for play. Where you came with an answer, I must say, for example, that man they came put us in like committee in the constituency. If the man from the same constituency, you can put him in your in the committee in constituency for move a country forward. So they get better ideas them. You don't see advanced country how they move a constituency. You get the idea then they. If you deprive them, you need to count the idea then they. And when they count the idea then they, so you not getting the idea then they, the country they start. And this is a competitive world. When you allow somebody we don't be in advanced country, we don't compete in that advanced form, it can hear you, it gives you knowledge on how to compete and how to develop a country further. So that they help the country for move. Because right now, if you watch Salo, we are behind. A country that has once been known for as the anthem of Africa, you know, and they like the other countries like Ghana will be the kind of countries, and then Nigeria will send to civil servants for go help in Nigeria. And then Cape Verde will be send we civil servants for go help in part of Africa. Now these are countries that we talk about when they move in advance in advance now. Whilst we are still lagging because why the country say so. One of the two don't create another country. The guy took us to fear and bad blood. We don't get fear among ourselves. We don't create bad blood among ourselves. We don't continue to forget our revenge politics. You know, and I make majority of we will not ever be in the political spectrum. Now the time that this will be all for come forward and come play role. Because if we not do this one, we not take the decision and then come forward, what think for happen? Now that the one day we get palaver, that they always go there among themselves. Anything they can affect, they can affect themselves. Do me, I do you. Okay, this man will not slap me, take away baby. So me say don't can now return and get. Instead of you look at what if the people that suffer mass, which idea I go fair for developing people. They say I for turn and get that money first. And me, you know, say the money they turn and get, so time they go and they perform, and the next way they happen, now the country they become into chaos because we turn and get that money, say support and agree, a lot of the day, country become into chaos. And when country become to chaos, security is getting investors and they go there. And when investors no go there, people they suffer, they begin starve, angry begin come, money no day. So these are all the issues, Abdullah. So we got to change we mentality and look at the bigger picture.
So what if you say not go be a middle ground? I mean, you get the people that when the locals them obviously not in the place.
For me, there's no options
them?
to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Because if we completely ignore them fear and kind of push a solution we no beneficial to them, they will always try to undermine the people with the community diaspora. So, but if we consider them fair and come up with a solution, for example, we say, okay, if you the community diaspora for go stand election at Sierra Leone, we expect you for going to Sierra Leone and did it for at least this number of years, and then at the country locally. I don't know
I
what
think
you take.
I think the new constitution at that point say Inget very clear. The one will be the review, all the constitution will review. That anybody we want for be president and Salo and
Especially for
diaspora.
politics. I mean, you can go there as an investor, but if you want to go and they into be some requirements, say, okay, you can't just come today and stand tomorrow. You have to be around, you have to understand the community we want to represent before they allow you or before they even give you a symbol.
No, you right on that side. The new constitution will we review, the 1991 constitution will be the review. One of its clauses and carry this particular we just mentioned that if ordained at the country within a number of years before you for vie for any office, political office. That one is very clear. But say when you look at we Africans, especially Sierra Leoneans, say in spite of all of those clauses, the fear of people will still the day. Because the clause in the day, but they say, okay, now go enact the law. Many people they want to the diaspora second right for team up for the same position where you get to. People still afraid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So this is why we don't forget to call the political will. For example, the president or the leaders in a particular party within power, or for able to say, look, there is no way we go move this country forward without those in the diaspora. There is no way. You see, the fact is the fact. Those in the diaspora, I repeat, they can't get better education. May say first world education way advanced than we own in Africa for now. They can't get better experience. May say they don't meet with many people them way get better ideas than we. They don't get better way for move an economy forward. All of these things don't get them. So how can we treat them in isolation? How can we say, okay, in spite of all don't get so, we know quite a way I say on a continent on a born, but we don't go over under. So because of that, I just did the one thing, we don't need none. But yet they say we need $1 then. Yet they say we need the investments then. Okay. Yet they say we need the other areas then. I feel say not to justice that one to me. In
yes,
my opinion.
Mr. Ambassador, I don't just try for Koti, but I mean, you don't touch a lot of points then way I feel say the people them na Sierra Leone, especially certain politicians them, they get for be shame of themselves. Because like when you don't care, you don't see what in they happen. It just like when they tell you say like jealous crab they ever get fat. If you did that ideology it then you aid. It just like now then daddy the way born picky we say this picky no for can better pass me. Now that kind of way then they operate. Because what is most people in Canada diaspora for now for can find a better life, especially people that when academicians them. When they come, they know see that they can get a better learning, better education. You understand? You then at the law firm and you then Sierra Leone. The kind of way then they twist and turn and box up the judiciary in Sierra Leone. You know, say in America na complete jail yard, na there you end up. And you carry the dent. But then they do and you don't expose. You don't go. And some facility then they for let you get an answer for let you go to college. Then give them like them kind thing they want to do so now and do na PhD. You get forget like them 100,000 loan where if you be a citizen you get them for free or you go to pay a half. But if you not be a citizen, who say America they can loan you that kind of money they for let you learn them kind book. They don't can do all that kind of thing and they don't expose. You know most people and then also with their office they then they work, they get position and they now HR then they will HR they and a thief then they for. There they know the procedure, they know always they get a system. Where you see like them, me then guy within a governance right now, and they call their NAMPI because they don't say what they talk, say then guy they are na a cartel You understand, eh? Now a bunch of international armed robbery. Because now make them they pass with them BB gun and they threaten like na bodyguard. No. Now for threatening people them, then come then get what then they threaten with people and say they come for fed corruption. Would then them big gun pick the way they now. I don't know size some sign in New York. Then go and pick them the way meet up some mortal man say we bet you they broke your foot. Now then they run the country right now. So and the kind way the country they run, so we they talk about this dual citizenship. Then the Abopa and diaspora them, all politicians, all the political party them. I see them come on a power with them broke. Other than they call for fund the party, na diaspora them. But the no key member say we camp and camp, then we can't tell them say una na dual citizenship they una get to they encourage una. But the diaspora themselves get for stand firm. Let them not give them no money. Any political party will come on a power. Let them not fund them. Let them recollect how then they recollect. They are all the tips so they don't tip so just now. Where some people want kind of power back. Now the diaspora, but they don't respect the constitutions. Then they turn over any kind of way. Because like you know them put in a position so get dual citizenship. We native man them, they not care about that. But what would they say now? Like what you don't look at, what you don't see. You understand, eh? Now big problem now they try for now you don't see so waiting and they do so whether they ignore diasporans them into that political society.
But wait a minute. We also get diasporans the way they come on also then they get good position, they end up for thief. They end up will be corrupt.
Yes, but what I mean
like, some of them can end up will be more corrupt than the locals.
No, like this current one the way go so because on diaspora then they now so waiting will get for do like waiting ambassador they talk so if they encourage the diaspora then at the system. If I mean 70% then a thief man they will go save to God, you get 30% they will go say no, this na my country. And Sunday where they go where they say me I no get for can die now, I go die na my country. And it go straight to the system. So
in order for that for work, not so really the people issue that like the reason why things they work in America because there's a system in
for allow the diaspora.
The government now therefore put a system in place. We go ensure say if you come on also as a diasporian, I mean you go do things right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all are human beings. If you go to a place where the system there are so many lapses, there is more likely you're gonna be corrupt too. Like if you enter a room where not so corrupt people and eventually you're gonna be corrupt.
Jalomi, I have to tell you about somebody who come out will go different intention for go straight in things, then go mix some corruption.
That's what I'm saying.
But some people you can forget a mind of you. Guess what? I not cut you word. Somebody come out and an health ministry na they go where na even APC regime. When you go na health ministry, when the rest they can the quota the buy bag. And one go when I am a commander, that's why one go begin say we get for begin from the bottom to up. That law begin give the cleaner the one bag force where you are left now with the top. Now I say now this you carry it. Now this you carry.
That's what I'm saying. Like if when you come on and ask if you go meet a corrupt environment, there's more likely you're gonna be corrupt too.
Of course.
But if you come on and ask and go and meet a sister we're not corrupt. You say so go shame for be corrupt. You know what I mean?
But in fact, that is why we need more diaspora for. That's what we say. We need a looping of diasporas for going to the country.
Yes.
Because what you say so now, also they get 1 or 2 diaspora and they go as against majority. Obviously, the tendency for many locals then put them into the game same, then it will be obvious. Yeah. But when the diaspora them being go massive in the country, I mean, we get large scale diaspora people. They will even pass the locals. They will take, for example, like putting a blood is so get those in America, those in the UK, in Sweden, in Germany, and these are like I said, the government doesn't need to put a system for tell people and say, look, you have to come back home. That is what the Ghanaians do. Then call and encourage the diaspora them for come, begin give them positions them, and like I say, HR position, then position where they hold for come and strengthen the systems them. You know, so we get a very weak civil service for over time. We not even get civil service law in that country.
The civil service, the whole legal system is weak. So
it is all part of the civil service. That's what make me just don't be there because they are all under government structures. All right. Okay. Now when we look at we not get even a civil service law, a constitution where they guide the civil servant. I make you see waiting finance go grab today, the man in our finance and go grab today and say for instance salary. other labor will grab and say, for instance, it's like the same system. How can a civil servant at this one ministry go do what you want, this one go do what you want for do? Because you don't get what they tell what for do. So everybody will grab and do what you want for do. So we see Salone, I make a step, the diaspora, they don't forgive up on Salone. You know, this is a wake up call to the diaspora. Many are aware, say some of us are here. Very soon we will try to see what we will have for do, but I don't know why should they whoever understand say the country they get for come for help. You know, I get it, I like to encourage. Somebody left America outside the wealthy, for example, you go na post outside mosquito day, outside the weather self not fine. You know what I mean? So tell you go do this Sunday morning, you cold go come. You know what I mean? The place go hot, you want for me get breeze, you never get breeze as you put your fan on, so you might get me fan on, light go by you. You know what I mean? Then difficult indeed. I always encourage, I admire encourage. And I not make them give up on the country. Because me believe say that a new era and a new dawn of Salon the council side, many people don't believe and get the convictions to Salon for move forward. When they see what's happening at the country, a lot of people are now they raise their voice. They that's what man we are to go. Now they see WhatsApp, what man we are to go on.
Okay.
People are tired, people are fed up, but one of them give up. We have to move forward.
Ambassador, it's always you don't talk. So as you know, a lawman, me people they wanna just they join with this Cast TV, which we regular program Salon for Better. We they talk with the former ambassador and deputy permanent representative of Sierra Leone to the United Nations. And now they talk about dual citizenship. Me people they wanna wait they na ya we wanna picking on no land book. Now Sierra Leone and them they want go serve the country. Then guy they always sit down for let them vote and let them enact this dual citizen way other country them. Then they come out na the diaspora, America, England, Australia. Then they can scout for brain man. They no go look for sober accountant. No go look for sober human resources. When then they come like where some people they take one all then 50 seater boss for come the United Nations. Other country then as scouts then they can scout for people then for go build a nation from the diaspora. But Salon na the other part where diaspora then go then give una name say una na to SIM like when they put SIM card na phone. All out or then they do that na fear. So ambassador, waiting na the progress where you they follow up about this dual citizenship because all man they ala but election they can 2023 this start and they spend the money back na Salon. Then forget say then get them when a double SIM, two SIM. No, not clear, right? Then still they spend money. How this putting at the progress for clear this ambassador before 2023 elections?
Well, the political parties in parliament don't make few efforts for try forget the clause and the constitution for the change. And I want for believe say then they try for it to call a compromise. But you know, say the problem between our country, the politics are in Boku. Each party they try for see who that first will be the party where you know Nango champion and may appear like say nine to so at the end of the day will get plus. So now all the parties then they you know they're not able for sit down proper and get the answers they would need. But with the hope, as I tell you, some of us don't come in and we said on they agitate very strongly for ensure say this particular act here is being enacted because some of you don't see the need and the viability of those in the diaspora. I don't care for a while now, and in as much as I'm not for the that's too long as others, but now the fact say I want to believe say the diaspora has a role to play, you know, for moving that country forward. And what I mean role, like which I'm just going to say, not to just a political role. The diaspora is again for able for begin look at a lot of roles and for play. You know, we get Bokuti for we don't even get mentorship in that country. Day. You know, what I mean mentorship where somebody will say, okay, I go take bobo them, you know, or one or two bobo, make a put under me custody from a small, take big, take go college, make able for guiding in life, you know what I mean, shape in life and say, you know what I mean, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So there are lots of
exactly.
There are lots of
ambassador, like what you they talk, let them give way, let them make way for diaspora and then for participate in the system in the country because one thing where be they talk about ambassador if system be there in the country like where you not lawyer so you understand it you know they see man where you can America so where they do when they do housekeeping then go put on the legal system you go say no What America, this man not sabi. But if system be there, you feel say them go take David Shenge, go put an as Minister of Education, we'll get professor then na school them. But system not there. But let the diaspora then come like what you don't call land so. For let you go let somebody go carry dabarupa you where you know you work where they do when you know T-Camp. It not go easy, oh. It not go funny
Oh, yeah.
because one, some people themselves na integrity they lack. Like their mother build and take hand on. They lack integrity. Because if every day they thief, then they catch you. Some funny word then the way American man they tell you now where they work. Where some for let them they tell you something and say, what is some man one self where they work and go give administrative position. When them tell you say, he don't know what he's doing. But then they pass some I pass with them blow and I say because now the worst thing and they because if you say you they serve, you they do the right thing. Then somebody go tell you say you don't know what you're doing. Now bad thing and then go put some grumpy then they will lack integrity. We man native man. So now we get system. Now we get system like them man they are so I don't know how we will build call them money all the thief so IT this na modern world, na digital world, not to analog. We get them man and they always the thief so they name down in a system. I let them go change them face, then put all kind thing, they do manicure, pedicure, all kind, do them face for let change. Anytime them go na them country, as they go na any responsible department, I see them give a name or like their number. They don't say this not thief man. We not get no job for them kind man they are. So that system there for them, I make them for allow the diaspora. They get people them where they work na them kind network, then they we able build a system then they na the country. So you right that place, you in the right place for advocates for this dual citizenship because some man sit down now and not get no hope again. From where they go discourage the way they turn back. Some man elect anything they happen now say they say then they lucky they go for them now water let drown. And obviously they are no one care about that because anything I do I not get for benefit out of that. At the end of the day, then get for tell me say I get to see him. So do ambassador. Like the ring and the so the one that we did we get for vote for let them enact, let them bring and come. People in there now we get the idea. They want go let go and they let the country develop. Now look who they want go Ghana. You know almost thousands salon no stand in America. Yeah? Them pass almost million where them vacation the way then they go serve they able go serve now one hospital for 1 month stay then they turn back now money then go do 1 4 5 hour voluntarily because they know say at the end of the day when them go aspire for position and no tell them say they get to see him. You see? So I mean the people una how they listen and una the minister honorable them where they pan politics now free to if he say if diaspora then come they will come pull una work now and just like one ambassador be the talker. When you believe yourself, good player not the fit for vest. Now tia you see don't know more the coach say yeah you can work now yeah. But when you don't know what you they do, you not like minister honorable, they make you afraid diaspora them. Yes, if you know say you go academy, you go Prince of Wales, you say there is the man school near the land, you don't need for afraid them. Yes, when I go na the pitch, all man go prove himself. But this bad politics, I call and dirty politics where they play, most of the politicians the way they go where they against diaspora them for let go. When all native man. Native, because diaspora they come out the money, they go for go invest, and they go for go change the system. Then una they go fetch them say no to sim. Then una they now what una they do, na cry, una they cry, then pull una na power, una begin call diaspora them for contribute money for una. Una get for stop this. So ambassador, you don't really talk today, and we glad for you and other people they will glad for you because if you not be other selfish one them where you not lawyer, you don't expose so you self for go back with that cook thing go out and paleko then they cook so then they put man where they don't assure a client say will they win this case at the end of the day lost the case now run away back. But you know man if they do law, you know they put money before now make them call you the poor man lawyer. And you don't come, you don't see how diaspora then don't land now so how them for go give now them country. Ghana man and the card and they can't take people out brain. Go improve Ghana what they admire. Then they go improve Nigeria. I go now one business where if you see
Ghana then build a system where they accommodate that.
yeah, well now this system we have got for build.
The local politicians are not interested in diaspora.
Yes.
So whatever solution we'll ever put in place, we'll ever consider waiting at their own fair and come up with a solution we're gonna make them more comfortable in welcoming people from the diaspora.
No, but this way you they talk like what ambassador they talk so. Then he say, "Are you dressed for go now, Jonah?" So then give you pot for us. If diaspora then they put their money now pan salon politics. Now we get for nothing at the condition. This money will they contribute. What you get for expect. But when they can give money like that, we'll go tomorrow, we'll go aspire for something. Like when Mother Bio say, he see loop soul for can cover, where in a gutter they can open. Yes, I say I'm gonna cover loopholes, you see loopholes. Loopholes in a samba gutter na can open, not in them kind people they don't want. That's why then they come out go tell you say, I see where I go settle this problem. And with them give the chance, then give the opportunity, it is solve and then thing they look for. So then when they send the money now diaspora, where money they go, now we know which condition where then go put her in written say this money will they spend. What would they expect for this money will they spend? Then get for do and to them political party and then politician they are na the country, Jalomi.
I don't
So
know if the ambassador can talk a little bit about the current administration and they in favor of the dual citizenship. Which not they take currently?
Well, the current administration is, of course, say, as I said, the issue of the dual citizenship is in the hands of all the political parties right now. SFPP, APC, NGC, C4C, all the parties in parliament, they're all interested in them. And so we just need no more now the political will for finally conclude them. And that the good thing about it. So I make you see what would effect for doing now for provoke the discussion and raise the temperature of the discussion. So at the end of the day, many other people then go begin get more interest in them and go get themselves involved in the process. Any diaspora possibly interested can contact me and see how we all can do them together. I get a very large team now on the ground. So once we get people that we're interested from here, we'll see which will start and how we go about them for get them done.
okay.
So when they talk about any
And I
possibility,
also want for wish for states say now non-partisan approach will take to them. So BUF, APC, SFPP, PMDC, whatever, you're welcome. The only two more like we know, because these are not one person they take the glory. These are the diaspora they take the glory. Diaspora.
so at some point we're gonna try for push some articles in our salon for enable people in the diaspora for vote. Is that part of the new thing we they pursue?
Well, that area they normally too. Then at the constitution where we be the review. Say that area then are purely on neck constitution. Of course, although if we want for put any salon culture, it can come inside. But honestly, I don't see much of a discussion on that because what I feel that the reason are the expenses, the resources, and the capacity. And then say there is still the issue of the dual citizenship, and so the issue of dual citizenship really not clear, even with regards to voting. So we have to look at a lot of things and see how we go forward about it. If I make I say now the reason this make we need for enact force the law, for dual citizenship and like how you talk this on enact them with proper clauses. Like all
Exactly.
of these tweets, all of what you talk should be part of the clauses the way for consider. So at least because you just get somebody say, okay, you get dual citizenship, they left and back. You have to get involved.
That's
And one
true.
of the ways to get involved, I just don't talk to allow the man for votes, and then if he says, okay, I guess say, so I mean money they go, I guess say they, and Salona Mikonski, and then they give me votes. So these are all the things we have to say. So that's why you see we all get for come on board and let's continue to push the issue of the dual citizenship. I should say, if for any reason SFPP want for how for put for answer to the call and gain more interest in them, then we'll consider them. And say with the current SAP people like what you say, they're not getting no system, and so we never know, never tell. For example, we all see how they go about with the issue of the sludge, seditious and libel law. So let's just continue for advocates. So then consideration will be given, and then we join the other ranks of other members, the APC as well as NGC, for sign the bill and make them become into law. And that's it, the world will be happy.
Okay, yeah. The people who now we just join with this Nasarakas TV as soon as they listen to former ambassador and the deputy permanent representative of Sierra Leone to the United Nations, winner Ambassador Felix Ekoma. And Ambassador, I know say you don't church all who say before church today, and like the last word where you talk, at least we have just waiting at the advice we go and give again. We at least now the last word for people way like you talk something say this now non-partisan something, and that's where they affect everybody. APC, SLPP, then SLPP, then brother winner NGC. You understand? And any other funny two by four political party the way they come up now saloon, because like America way to know now Democrat and Republican all arata way they grab now no able do nothing, they just get them way for go and shape people and vote. Waiting at the advisory you want give them people there, we need to do them by political party. This you dey do am as a real pan-africanist wey at least you dey do am for the love of you people because you don can watch, you don see say some people there wey dey waste na wey some people dem no get that strong mind, you understand say this if dem push me like wey you say wey you can scared you scared. No, when man go scared in a country, they use self scared and say, this na my country. We know they come here. We all come for can make care. Some people they go for go do genuinely. Ambassador, you get a lot of people that will come on at the diaspora. We go with investor in that country. They, even like cell phone company them. When a black man, when a salon man them, then even decide where them for go pass them thing and they na parliament for let they accept them. The commission where they ask them for force. Pass what them talk about say before that let all thing done. And now we get another case where I mean other people then get investment when a salon people them. Then they discourage them. They rather encourage foreigner them. So do eh? Learn look like say how they run Aberdeen and Obalunge. Then they allow them foreigner they will get them boats and they because not to one company there Aberdeen. No. Them foreigner and they allow them for sell tickets inside Lunge, inside airport for can join them boats. Then Salomon they will get their own boats. Then they allow them for sale. But that they will count next week. You see, so all thing there, nothing the way they and then people there will go this boat. Now diaspora them all. We come on here so go now and then go buy boat. Let them sell few boats. They run from Aberdeen for go Lunge where they bring people away car. We not go and travel with ferry or go around. Then they stop, then they discourage people. So ambassador, like this initiative where you carry it for look after this dual citizenship, we don't let you give up, let you continue for doing because you not to possible where you say you know opportunities on that kind of thing and they at least you don't get big job them, you go salon self, you able work without you know bigger to nobody, you survive, you employ people that will work for you back. So dear, waiting at the last word where you want to get and encourage people that wouldn't be don't go discourage. Let them join you. Let them fight this cause.
Yeah, well, I want to say anybody with a fight a genuine cause, not a give up on the cause. You know, we all see Nelson Mandela where he fights a genuine cause. Even in Nigeria, they fight him. We all see Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, great men, they all. So, me feel say every diaspora will be left here for go for political power. They go there genuinely for go helping people then. And so if you get difficulties in the cause of that, enough for give up. In fact, that it say for tell whatever difficulties you be get for say when I'm not already for help more. So I will use this medium for like it serve as a wake-up call to every diaspora member who is listening to this program and for me able to understand say the country Sierra Leone don't reach a stage where you need them. And there is no way we Salon will develop without the diaspora. Vis-a-vis the diaspora self needs Salon. Because Usai will get $40,000 a Salon, he puts on there for investments. may you know say within the year, annual year, you will get 2 times of that money day, or even 3 times of that money day. So it's an opportunity for me to go take over the country on the economic side. It's an opportunity for me to go take over the country on the education side. It's an opportunity for me to go take over the country on the political side, and on all aspects. So everybody will get plan for retirement for begin consider these statements or this discussion we'll get here today. For begin look at how it will best fit the salon. If you want to go to the political side, fine. If you want to go to the education side, fine. So with that, we expect say we all for come together and make sure say laws and the country where they try for enhance the return of the diaspora. So at the end of the day, when you decide for go now, you don't get anything will be a storming block, or we will serve as a check towards your dreams and aspirations. So me want for feel say the journey don't start, and everybody for come on board and see how they push this agenda, forget the diaspora as effective in the development of a country. Salud.
So Ambassador, you be the talk how people will get involved, because at least I don't know whose network where you go get for let people they will get onto you, because I know so you get a team already for put this thing in place. How then go get
Yeah.
involved?
We get bench of lawyers right now. That's about 6 lawyers that don't agree for work with this particular team, and we get more we want for coming. We also get people on the ground with our administrative staff who themselves ready for push the work for go. And now we don't get members of CRCast TV who themselves don't express interest. So CRCast TV will be the pivot point for receive members in the diaspora, and ensure say the one who interested will contact members of CRCast, and then CRCast will for reach me, and then Mr. will reach the one on the ground. So work can see how work able to engage and get a roadmap. Already we don't get the initial roadmap, but we will also encourage any other person who gets ideas or better ideas as to how we will take the approaches and forget this whole diaspora activities going. So at the end of the day, we will forget this by the early of next year, before July. One forget the act enacted, and the putting I'm just say one forget a proper act. It's not like a joke act. Not for just go say, okay, then we can't get him out for president and then on the left and so no. One for see things them clause the way they make them very sweet. Like one for say, okay, then we also the votes at the diaspora. Okay, then we also, those kind of things we will make somebody will know says we have been properly involved. You know what I mean? So that kind of clause and they want for see. So this is where we need everybody on board. I say if people want to contact me directly, I mean, me not get problem. I'm always open up for being contact. So whatever we decide for go with, we are ready. But we are moving. This one will not stop until we get the clause then in the new constitution or the very old constitution, get the Diaspora Act being signed. If I provide letters to President Bio, will do that when he need arise. If I for ensure yourself, we constantly take a demonstration, we'll do that in a peaceful demonstration. If that for continue advocacy, we'll continue. Whatever we keep for do, we'll ensure we'll do them. But this act by next year, before then say the mid of next year, by God in power, will not be enacted.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Felix. Me people they now they listen. This is Saracast TV. As una do hear today, Ambassador don't talk and he don't tell una the plan they will then get, but the dual citizenship about Sierra Leone. When Sierra Leoneans then they enjoy then dual citizenship, then they abroad, then Sierra Leone they practice them. So they don't talk, and the couple of lawyers they don't come together for let them try for bring this thing come to effect. At least let somebody go there now. Now American citizen of Sierra Leone day a comot himself na a Sierra Leonean at least e no go scared say wey go na salon they will go tell am say na to see me get. And he also mentioned that if una wan get in touch with them because you get couple of lawyers that don't begin come together, you get more way for come. Una can contact Sarah Cast twice. At the end of the day, it go get for reach them way. Sarah Cast una can reach Sarah Cast on 732-588-7558. The number again for each Sarah Cast, una way at least them be go discourage. They tell una say na to see we want give up na the country. Una not give up. Una get a lot of role for play to Sierra Leone way. At least una don't care. Some of una get boku career them. Una get integrity. Not to people that will lack integrity in that country. Then they follow una change. Let people elect for they admire. Then Nigeria, Ghana, you go na business now, self they know one place salon music and Nigeria and Ghana music then go play because of the kind of structure they will get. So una reach here a cast on 732-588-7558. Left you name, left you contact number, say a cast go reach you and send your number to the network of lawyer the way one try for put to see me in place. Let yourself go be proud, say we go Sierra Leone, you na Sierra Leone American, where you can America, you na America Sierra Leone. Look, you get club there now, so we go see America Italian club. You get club there now, we go see American German club. You get club there, we go see American Polish club. Who say they see Sierra Leone American club now? No. Because people then they discourage them about being dual citizen in Sierra Leone. So the people who now don't listen to Ambassador Felix today, when I reach a cast, we go make una number they reach the lawyer there, so at least Leona self join the team for fight against this dual citizenship and this name they don't go give una say to see him. As Ambassador don't tell una will himself na a reputable lawyer na Sierra Leone by mid next year. Una for don't succeed on this, let them pull that card, that name they say this not to sim, then go only tell you say this not Sierra Leone American. And when you go for aspire for any position, you not go hesitate. So my people today we program, we tell una thank you, una will view the program, we sound engineer and producer na Amjad Jalomi.